Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that first movie. I watched that recently. You know what? I can't even say like I don't watch it. I watch it probably once a year, if not once every other year. That was an incredible movie. That movie was just, it was so adult for a kids movie that it was right on the borderline of probably not good for kids, but it was also based off the original comic book, which was a lot darker than what the TV show was. So I would love to have been that one parent, and I doubt it was just one, who saw what the toy was and what the show was, and then took their kids to the movie thinking they're getting that, and they actually ended up getting the comic, and just like the jaw drop of what am I watching? But that movie was so good. And you've got a toy line like NECA, who I think has made every character from that movie, except I think for the police commissioner, because they are just pumping out versions of that toy versions of those characters, where they released the turtles and then they did the babies and then they did April and then Splinter in the fire and Casey and Shredder and Splinter. Like, they just went nuts and released everybody. And I would love to have all of them, but they cost so much money now that I think they're like $40 a piece now. And I can't afford to buy 500 of those, but they're amazing because that movie is amazing. The darkness of that movie, the adult version of a comic book and a cartoon that every kid loved at the time, was just so good. And you know what? I'm going to go on record, and this is probably going to have everybody leave the channel. I like TMNT 3. I'm sorry. I know it's a bad movie. I know it's not the first one. I know it's even not the second one. But honestly, I love that movie. That was a darn good movie that I will always say gets a lot of hate that it really shouldn't. This will go into the last little bit of the show, and then I'll let you guys go. I know we've been going for an hour. That is one thing that I wish I could make. And I know somebody deep in the bowels of the internet has this file. I would love to get a file of the Time Scepter from TMNT 3, because that is a prop that I've always loved. And you can't find anywhere because the movie gets so much hate. But I would love to have one. So if someone can point me in that direction, DM me on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, or on here, because I would love to own one of those or make one of my own, because I got a 3D printer now.